So the great part about this makeup tutorial, you're gonna shave your eyebrows. No, I'm just kidding with you. We're gonna block our eyebrows today. And the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna take a glue stick and we're just gonna really rub that into our brow hairs. Like, you wanna get as much glue in there as possible. Then you're gonna take your spoolie and you're gonna brush all your brow hairs straight up, get them as flat to your face as possible. You can also take a spatula with some glue on it and really just pack that glue onto your brow hairs to make sure they're invisible. You're then going to take some powder and really just push it into the glue as soon as the glue is dried, of course. And once you've brushed all the extra powder away, we're going to take some orange body paint and color correct the hairs of your brows. You're going to powder over this layer as well to try and get rid of as much moisture in your color correction as possible. You're then going to conceal your brows and then pack some more powder on top of it. And this is where I realized how crazy I look. You're going to take some green body paint and cover your face and ears. The eyebrows kind of make this angry expression and then they sort of swoop up and then swirl around. Bear with me, the eyebrows are a process. You're going to take shades of green. You're going to take dark green, forest green, olive green, light green, as many different kinds of greens as possible, and you're just going to layer them, try and make it look as natural as possible, as natural as green eyebrows can be. And you're really just going to create little hair brush strokes. Then I took some dark green body paint and darkened up the inner corner of my eyes, the bridge of my nose, and the little angry space between my eyebrows. Once I had done that, I took the brush that has my face color on it and I just blended out that dark color. I then took a smaller brush and dark green body paint and created little angry wrinkles in between my eyebrows and on my forehead. And I just blended those out with my finger. I then took off the body paint from my lower lip and then painting his cute little Grinch nose in the middle of my nose. To create his little wrinkles, you're going to want to make the creepiest smile you can think of and then draw your little wrinkles around your smile lines. I drew 3 wrinkles around my mouth, and once I had drawn them out, I took a small pencil brush and just blended out the lines. I then took a darker shade of green and just deepened up those wrinkles a little bit, blending that color out with my finger, but not blending as much as I did with the first layer. I then took an even deeper green color and I just shaded inside all of the wrinkles on my face just to really deepen them up a little bit more. Drawing the line down my nose to my top lip. Shading one side of this line, you're sort of going to make it look like half of a triangle. So the smallest part of the triangle will be at the bottom of your Grinch nose and the longest part of the triangle will be by your top lip. I'm just going to shade out that darker green color. I also added a little shading under my bottom lip to do that cute little expression that he does. I then took a teeny tiny flat brush and I just blended out my wrinkles a little bit. Again, not as much as I blended out the previous shading. I then added his little whisker holes. And as you can see, I keep doing the little lip expression because I think it's so cute when he does it. I took some black eyeliner and lined top and bottom of my eyes and then just smudged it out like crazy underneath my eyes. Taking a forest green body paint and then just shading the outside of my face a little to take away the flatness. I then finally went in and blended out my forehead wrinkles a little bit. I was getting worried there that I wasn't going to do it. And then I added some pretty eyelashes. So to create his little Christmas suit, we're first going to take a sort of fluffy brush, and with white body paint we're just going to make little flicks across our chest. Then we're going to do the same thing with some grey eyeshadow, just trying to give it a little bit more depth in that fur. And then going in again with white body paint, doing the same little flicking motion. To do the fur on the suit is a little bit of a process with lots of layers. So what I've done here is I've taken a dark green body paint and I'm just really feathering it into the fur, trying to make it look as fur-like as possible, but I do want it to be a little bit darker underneath there to create shading. I then took some green body paint and painted my neck, making sure to shade around my jaw and underneath my chin with a darker shade of body paint. I then painted the rest of my chest and arms red, and I'm just feathering in that red color into the white of the fur, then taking the white and feathering it out onto the red, really trying to make it look as fur-like as possible. I decided I didn't like the shading, so I took an even darker green and I'm feathering that again into the white of the fur to make it really look as though there's fur sitting on top of my skin, and I'm just blending out that dark green with my beauty blender. Did the same thing with the red, just deepening up the shadows underneath the fur to make it look as though the fur is sitting on top of a jacket and is not on the same layer as the jacket. Blend out that deep red, almost black color. I just took the same brush that I used to paint myself red and blended that color out. And I took the white again, and once again I'm just feathering it out on either side, really making it look as fur-like as possible. And then your Grinch look is done. So this is my other baby. Her name is Esmeralda, but we call her Ezzy. She's the sweetest little kitty cat I've ever met in my life, and she's, practically my soulmate. Is that weird? That might sound weird. I don't know what Grinches do for outros, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe just enjoy me, really feeling this body paint. That scene in The Grinch where he's like, ooh, ah, and then he looks in the mirror and he's like, I'm not going. Yeah, that was me. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, bye!